combo fast enough, and Platinum and Squid just took over the game on Granny. And it looks like we're going live, so back to you, I guess.
Yow! Welcome again. It is Getawhale dropping yows, and thanks for joining us at eXtv, and we're going live here on Upward. Setting up first, we have MTS on defense, and so maybe, I think who we all watch in this case first is the engineer, and so Sig, maybe you as engineer, I mean, take us through what's going through an MG's head, and what do you see in this setup here from Light Off?
Yeah, this is kind of the typical thing. I've watched 3 rounds of MTS playing. This is how Light Off has done it every single time. Basically, the idea behind this is to keep a mini sentry gun up. Level 3s on this part, like, is really difficult to keep up. He's basically getting a dispenser and a teleporter up, and they're trying to do a really hard hold with the level 3 teleporter. And then he's basically just trying to keep alive, not die, keep the mini sentries up, and protect the flank. That's his job this round, protect the flank, which is kind of unusual versus level 3 gun. And I think it works out for them a lot of the time.
I think we should add that Upward was Street Hoops' map pick. So the traditional storyline would say that MTS loses this map and then goes on to win their map pick of Gullywash, but who knows what's going to happen.
Who knows? Yeah, traditional logic certainly didn't pan out last week on Monday. But here we go. First pick is Marissa actually going down, and so that's Paragon kind of going up right away. And we've got this cart moving along pretty well. And right away we've got Blue Uber pushed. Both Ubers popped here, and we have a pretty early Uber exchange.
Yeah, Blue didn't really suicide for very long. They decided to just waste no time and take it out. Not the worst decision in the world because, you know, they have better spawns and they can afford to take this risk.
Yeah, but they're mostly all staying up, although they did lose their medic, which is kind of bad luck. And so, right off the bat, for those of you who are wondering, the medic, that tension, that's actually not... you may know him by his name Mang, and he was actually using his real name last time, but that is Mang. And so, the cart pushing along still waiting on this first cap. And like you said, real aggressive is Street Hoops. This is kind of their map. We saw, I think, both teams kind of working on this map today, but right now, first cap, there goes Street Hoops. What are you seeing so far on the defensive side? Have you been watching the defense much, Sigafoo?
Yeah, basically well, I would say this has been more dictated by the offense here. You know, MTS has really just been reacting. Street Hoops came out really strong. They did lose their medic because they have better respawns. They came back up faster. They kept that ground, and MTS just kind of gave up ground pretty quickly to that aggression. Looks like right now they're trying to pop an Uber into them, or they're maybe forced, but they have the player advantage right now. But that's basically is they got popped into, they lost ground, and then they gave up first point.
Yeah, we got Noko behind the lines here now, just kind of licking her chops a little bit, maybe waiting on picks, but Street Hoops still kind of rolling along. They have lost their medic a couple times though now, so
MTS is doing a really kind of unconventional hold though right now. They're holding in the tunnel. They have all their entire combo, their heavy, their demo are all on that like little balcony above the cart if you look on the tunnel path. This is really risky, but if it pays off, you know, it's kind of like that tunnel hold on Swiftwater. I guess they really just like tunnels, you know. They just want to, you know, keep the other team from getting even an inch of free ground.
Yeah, it makes sense because I've done it myself, and what you do is you pop out of the tunnel and surprise the blue team as they push up the hill, but the element of surprise is gone. Yeah, it's I'm wondering, the blue combo now coming just down in, facing them head on, and here we go, Uber's popped.
Yeah, nice.
Looks like, though, getting the better of that, though, is the MTS team.
Well, what happened was they killed Ming right before the Uber happened, and then the Street Hoops players correctly decided to just suicide on Harablue, try to get at least the force out because they knew they were pushing to dead without their medic, and they did succeed in that at least, but they're not going to have an Uber advantage out of it.
Yeah, so now, well, you know, very slight 15% Uber advantage on the side of MTS, but that's pretty much negligible, and they're just going to continue to hold in this tunnel right now.
One of the reasons that...
Go ahead.
Yeah, Harablue was holding in the tunnel last time is he likes to hold in spots where he can't get picked easily. And I think that's also one of the contributing factors is basically he's not going to get sniped, he's not going to get spied, so you're basically going to have to just out-DM him to get them out of that tunnel.
What Streeps is going to want to do is send their like combo through that like upper route, like go over it and then turn around behind and take them onto that like right flank, and then send their flank through the cart path at the same time and just kind of pincer them. And I think that's what they're doing here.
Yeah, Uber was just forced, looked like, by the scout, and so kind of rough luck there as Harablue has to pop and use it, but
Noko took down the medic again, though.
Oh yeah, wow, going down is another pick on Mang, and they just can't keep Mang up yet in Street Hoops, and it's supposed to be their map, but they're really kind of running into a wall here in this tunnel.
Noko was definitely all over Mang last week as well, and the same thing is happening now. As Platinum defends the cart very nicely, that's what you gotta do as Soldier, you know, just drop and fight the scout or whatever on the cart and keep them from getting free cap time.
Spamfest has gotten way, way up. We're just watching Spamfest on cam. He was trying to get way behind and set stuff up, but he gets spotted out, and so everyone's trying what they can do.
Oh my god.
Huey.
And Noko, this is ridiculous. Both medics can just not catch a break right now, and suddenly, despite Noko killing Mang in return, this is like Street Hoops just wiping them.
Look at this, 2 up now. 1 up, that's a full wipe on MTS, so finally figuring it out, and Dewatna now coming right up is going to get his spawn camp on, and actually joined there by a few people. Colombian is up there, and now they're just camping this door. And so that didn't take long. They got 3 on card, and here they come. But certainly not the kind of push and not the kind of start that Street Hoops wanted, and certainly maybe not the kind of time they were hoping for.
Yeah, but you gotta say, like, the way they did finally beat that hold was by being incredibly aggressive, you know, even without their medic. So, and as Paragon takes down Harblue, this is just ridiculous.
And going down again, we had another Harblue pick, and so these medics just continue to go down.
Yeah, they can't get a break right now.
3 or 4 just caught still in red spawn, just waiting to come out. We just see Styx still sitting there, and I mean, Dewatna having a good old time just camping the door still.
Yeah, really good job by Street Hoops here. They're taking advantage of the medic down, using those heals aggressively to take third, not allowing them to set up, not allowing them to get any position, and now they're just walking the card up third for free. Really good job by them.
This is the Street Hoops we wanted to see last week, man.
Absolutely. We have a couple here from MTS trying to get a defense, but they're really struggling. They're not going to hold this corner, and you've got to think that they're scrambling to figure this out right now.
They got caught out. Excellent Uber by Street Hoops. Skyrolla and Dewatna just basically took out every single important player, at least on MTS, you know. They still have the gun up, though. That's going to be the only thing that keeps them in this game.
Yeah, I mean, Marissa maybe looking for a little equalizer snipe if she can get it. We have Pretzel, the red heavy, just trying to hold this stairway down. Certainly, you know, Street Hoops, they want to take this stairwell if they can.
Noko just butter knifed the medic with the assistance of Fathom, who also ran in, plus forwarding with Flame.
Noko going huge so far, and we've got some of these flanking classes now just swarming. Street Hoops takes the upper. Only
Paragon
2 left
going
up.
big.
Wow, and a headshot there on Harblue.
A headshot on Harblue preceded by a kill on Pretzel and Marissa, and a snipe on Sweater.
And we got a situation now where Lightoff is just kind of putting a desperation gun up, but look at this pressure. Look how aggressive.
Yeah.
Dewatna just Paragon way up and gonna spawn camp again now.
As is Paragon, he's just scoped in at the doors, just watching people, and this is gonna be easily be a Street Hoops push. Yeah.
Wow.
Beautiful.
So
beautiful
653 Street Hoops Esports. They ran into a wall at the beginning, but man, did they figure it out. Very strong time.
653 is a good time by itself, but it doesn't even tell the story. I mean, they capped 4 points in 652, and I was looking at it, and they capped the second point in 440, which means they capped the last 2 points in just over 2 minutes, which is utterly unreal. That's like basic constant cart pushing. That's ridiculous.
Absolutely, and so certainly Street Hoops kind of living up to their reputation of kind of owning this map. Sigafoo, do you think that Street Hoops had an advantage there, being on offense first? I'll ask you the famous question.
No, I mean, I think that they're, you know, it's one of those things where it's like when you set a time, it can work against you or it can work for you. Last game, it worked against them, having a 15-minute time. This game, it's kind of an average time, so it kind of works against them to some degree. MTS knows how aggressive they need to be, but it's still a good time. So basically, if they can get MTS to screw up a couple times, it's going to work to their advantage.
I'd like to bring up a couple stats really quickly. Paragon went 14-3 in that last half. He has at least 5 more kills than anyone else on the scoreboard. Dewatna is also massively out-damaging Sweater, who's not even top damaging on the other team. Platinum is actually top damaging, so Platinum's pulling his weight, but Paragon is just absolutely playing out of his mind right now, as he snipes Marissa in spawn.
This could be such a huge kind of sniper playground, and actually I had the chance to speak to Marissa and ask her, well, we have Uber Forest. I'll get to that in a second. Both Ubers Forest, and you know, almost have people flying off the cliff there.
Yeah.
So those are the first Ubers out of the way.
This is what MTS likes to do. They don't like those suicides. They like just Ubering out right away. And they got both Ubers out of the way, but their Uber itself didn't really do much. So they're going to have to reset. They're still getting a lot of cart time, though, but they haven't gotten the gun, and they're losing a lot of players. So I don't know what they've done yet.
Yeah, the one thing I wanted to mention, Marissa mentioned that she did well sniping obviously on Monday, but a little bit still, MTS are remembering getting beaten earlier in the playoffs on this same map by Street Hoops, and so that may be weighing on their minds a little bit, as we see now Street Hoops backing up a little bit, and again, Mang going down.
Yeah, both Meg, like, what happened, oh, and Harblue just got stabbed by Columbia. I honestly have to call out these medics, because if the other team has this many classes alive, especially their pick classes, and their team's medic goes down, you have to think they're gonna send everything they have at you to just try to like equalize that. So a medic like Mang or Harblue, an experienced medic, should think like, well, there's spies up, there's snipers up, and we just killed their medic. They're going for me. Like, but it seems like that thought's not crossing either Harblue or Mang's mind right now.
Yeah, so I mean, a little defense going up for Street Hoops. They've got their gun up. It's just going up at level 3. They have a very slight Uber advantage, but rolling along quite well is MTS. Doing pretty well for a map that's supposed to belong to Street Hoops. Just coming through tunnel, sending almost everyone through tunnel. Are you a little surprised to see that, guys? They just lost their pyro, they're heavy. Everyone going down in tunnel. A little bit of a bloodbath there.
I think they had to take over the top before they did that, and they probably had time to do so, but they didn't.
Well, I think this just kind of shows their Six's like lack of Highlander experience.
Yeah.
It's like instead of taking over the top, which is conventional, it's needed, you want to take high ground. I mean, if you're sending your team through a funneled, tiny area, you're going to get spammed out if the other team knows what you're doing. This is the Grand Finals. You don't do that. The other team's going to catch you out on that, and they proved it right there, and that just cost them another 30-40 seconds on the card.
Yeah. I think
Lewis went down to a snipe. Go ahead.
I think MTS's best chance on this map is, like, Street Hoops controls, like, the Uber game on this map because they know it so well, they know the positioning so well. As I say that, Harblue just got forced. I don't know how that happened, so I'll finish my thought later.
Yeah, and actually Noko is in behind the MTS spy, ready to strike as kind of good timing here, trying to get the sap on the gun.
I don't think it
matter though, because no one is there to take it down, yeah. So sort of inconsequential Uber there from both sides.
Oh, except Marissa, this is what can always happen.
Wow.
I'm eating my words because right after the inconsequential Uber, the flank classes and pick classes just go huge themselves. So I think this is going to be a point for MTS. And what I was going to say is, I think with their knowledge of the positioning of this map, like, the Uber fights from Street Hoops are going to be a lot better. But if both medics are going down as much as they are, or like in these scrappy post-Uber fights, it's just it can boil down to DM, and like that's what MTS has going for them. If they get really aggressive, you know, they could rely maybe on their DM advantage.
MTS maybe catching a bit of the aggressiveness bug. We see running up now. Sovereign was, Sweater, yeah, sorry, was on fire, just running way up.
Noko took down Main.
Oh!
This is unreal, dude. Like, I was about to say that the difference here from last time is that MTS still had their medic alive. Sorry, that Street Hoops still had their medic alive, whereas when Street Hoops pushed up on offense last time, the other team didn't have a medic anymore. But as soon as I was about to say that,
look at this, just way up. This combo, one on
Huey
cart.
Lewis got hard.
Oh my god. They've only got they've got 2 on cart now as MTS. They've got just about 3 minutes to do this. They're gonna start stacking cart, I think. Mang went down to an Uber saw.
No, he took an Uber saw. Yeah.
This is getting a little scrappy here right now. It looks like we've got Pyro on the cart path just running around. I've got to agree, the medics are going down a lot more than they should be. I mean, what else? Are you seeing anything else, Sigafoo, other than the meds going down? So, as we see again, Harflute going down. What's going on here? Is this real?
This is MTS aggression. It is an all-or-nothing style of game. You see that when they take ground, they're going to take ground, and then they're going to take more ground off of that. And it doesn't matter if that's a good play, it doesn't matter if that's a bad play. And last game, MTS, whenever they would do that, Street Hoops would give this. Street Hoops this time says no more. We're keeping this ground, we're holding still, and MTS is getting punished by that, as they should, because you have to be smart about your pushes, and MTS is just being like a rabid dog pushing forward, and they're getting caught out for it.
They are getting caught out. The cart's moving backwards right now, and that is not what MTS wants. You've got to hand it to Street Hoops for this defense. They've brought the battle line way up.
Yeah, MTS is nearing the realm of actual impossibility. Like, at this point with the Uber that Mang has, I don't even know if they can push the cart this far, let alone if they will.
I mean, looking real good. If Mang can stay alive, holding on to Uber, which he's got a big advantage. Down goes Spamfest with snipe from Marissa, who continues to do work. Gets caught out then by Ash. It is looking kind of dire right now, isn't it, for MTS? It is as strong of a start as they had.
Yeah, what you saw last week, as Sigafoo was saying, not only did Harblue not go down a lot of the times when he really should have for being too aggressive. But even when he did, the Uber, as I say that, did the medic just get air blasted off the cliff? And yeah, they're switching maps. That means it's over. But yeah.
Yeah, wow.
It'd be nice if they could wait 90 seconds for the casters, but
right?
We knew it was going to happen.
It's not like they don't know it's being cast. So
yeah.
we're we're sort of assuming from that they held on and that Street Hoops went ahead and took that first map, their map upward. As we switch